We're good? The time, oh, except for I don't know what time it is.
It is, yep,
The
8:26.
time now is 8:26 and the executive session has been concluded. The participants in the town manager John Waters' annual review performance
90-day
yeah. John Waters' 90-day performance evaluation, executive session were Trustee Nyberg, Trustee Cesaro, Trustee Hartz, myself, Mayor Raw, Trustee, why did I do that?
Katzos?
Sorry.
That's okay.
Trustee Katzos, Trustee Moreland, Trustee McLaurin,
It's like I
John
didn't turn it this
Walters,
time.
and our
I'm
town
sorry.
attorney.
I'm slacking on my job.
Test judge.
Do it every time. For the record, if any person who participated in the executive session believes that any substantial discussion of the matters not included in the motion to go into executive session occurred during the executive session, or that any improper action occurred during the executive session in violation of the open meetings law, I would ask that you state your concerns now for the record. Seeing none, the next agenda item is the town manager performance evaluation. So we all had a discussion for the last half hour or so, and we're looking for a motion. It's on the,
I know, I put my agenda over.
it's in the contract, if you want to do the amount, or you can just say per contract.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we,
It would help to read it.
it would help to read it. One moment, please.
No, it was just up there.
Oh, okay. Mr. Mayor, I make a, oh, but I don't want to put, I make a motion that we keep Ms. Town Manager Waters on based on a satisfactory review, 90-day performance review, and that the salary conditions in the contract are met.
I'll second that.
Nice.
Do we need to include, so we need to,
Getting this down.
I think you need to include in there that we're going to give them the raise requested in the contract and the effective date.
And to continue on to specify the contract clause that we will give him the specified salary increase on the,
I don't know that it
I don't
says
think
when
there's
it's
a date.
effective.
Well, you
she
can
said
see,
to add- the salary increase as indicated in section 3, part A of the contract, and to commence the next pay period.
I'll second that.
got a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
There you go.
Dustin, did you get all that?
I'll get it off the recording, yeah. I'll piece it together.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Nyberg.
Yes.
Trustee Cesaro.
Yes.
Trustee Hartz.
Yes?
Trustee Katzos.
Yes.
Trustee Moreland.
Yes.
Trustee McLaurin.
Yes.
And Mayor Ah.
Yes.
You don't have the video on. Oh, just yours.
Board of Trustee reports, requests for future agenda items and committees. Planning Commission last week did get canceled, I believe. That's what I've heard.
I think it's
Other than-
rescheduled for the 4th.
What's that?
I think they're looking at rescheduling it for the 4th.
Of December?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's not on our upcoming dates, though. And I don't have anything else at this time. Trustee Hartz?
I would like to make an agenda item that we do have a discussion about the hearing before the hearing, that we get the questions from the board answered. The board has not had that opportunity, nor has the public had that opportunity. So I would like to see that as an agenda item on one of our next meetings, preferably before January 12th.
Way before.
As a,
Plenty of time.
as a discussion item.
Yes.
At the first
available time slot meeting, preferably the next one.
So December 2nd.
Yeah, so that, that we have
That
plenty,
might
she
be-
has plenty of time to whatever she needs to pull together on.
That meeting might be kind of full from what I'm hearing, but that's up to you guys. You guys know what we can do and what we can get done, meaning
Cool.
Dustin and John,
What's going on with that meeting?
We can make it happen.
okay?
Yep.
Anything else?
No,
Trustee Catzos?
I don't, go ahead.
You can go back.
just the one other thing was that the way I understand it, the agenda is the property, so to speak, of the town manager and the mayor. And I know that there was a last minute addition. Was that initiated by the town manager or the mayor, or both?
I think that what edition are we talking about, the proclamation?
The hearing,
The-
I did have the proclamation put on.
the hearing.
The hearing was.
That was the
testified by
last-
The attorney, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Oh, decided by the attorney.
Yeah, it was the attorney that.
Does
yeah,
the
put it
attorney
on. I didn't make
also
it.
have?
Yes, I would say that when seeking advice of whether to consider something before the council or not, if it's of a legal nature, the attorney can suggest that be put on for discussion. It can be taken off by the council, it can also be taken off by the mayor as well if that's something that's necessary. I won't take off a council item because I don't outrank the council, but.
No, I'm more curious why it was so rushed. It was just noticed
It was
yesterday.
requested to be on by a counselor through the attorney, and
Oh,
my understanding was that the attorney discussed, or I guess he considered it and then suggested we put it on, so.
so it was rushed by a counselor asking the attorney.
I don't think it was rushed, I think it was suggested to the attorney, and then the attorney got back with us not too long ago.
Yeah, you always have 24 hours, especially if it's an action
Right,
item.
right, I just was
So,
wondering
I
why
can
the
tell
I
you
mean,
the
rush.
request
it's-
was made in August.
It's fairly common to have things added, even though it makes me pull out the rest of my hair. But yeah, to
Right.
have things added before Monday, so I get the 24 hours. But if there's always a question of this or that, I do consult first my town manager, and then consult the attorney if need be.
So, okay, I just wanted to make sure that,
Do that, but, our ordinance doesn't specify. Some towns have an executive committee that consists of a couple of counselors, or the mayor and a counselor, and then the town manager and the town attorney. I've seen a number of different ways, but your town doesn't specify that in ordinance. And as with other things I've talked to you about, if you would like ordinances like that, I can certainly bring something for you for your consideration. But there are going to be some places to where we might be able to tighten up our operations if you feel like the council needs more control of an item on the agenda or on the process of how the council agenda is set. It does require that there's another meeting out there that you have to go to, so that's not always the funnest, most fun thing in the world.
no, just curious about the
But
process, that's
That's
all.
how that one went, and
Mhm.
again, I would agree with Dustin, it's not unusual for something within that period of time to be added. Sometimes we have things budgetarily that, well, we got to purchase, we got to get this on there, so in case of a purchase, I would see those are probably the most common things that
Right.
get added at the last second, because we're trying to get it done before the next 2 weeks, but again, it's not totally unusual, but if the council desires another process and how the agenda is set, I'm certainly open to bring you a number of different mechanisms that different towns use from here in Colorado that you can consider to change or not. And there's a number of ordinances that, in different things that, I think I've suggested that in emails before, but
So at this point, anybody can put anything on the agenda at any time?
They can
in
request it.
Bayfield.
They can request it.
Okay.
Request it.
Okay,
That's-
Thank
that
you.
doesn't mean we always have to put it on. I mean, obviously this one, there was some, there's good points to it. There was a reason not to, and that happened to be the attorney's recommendation, and that's why you hired attorneys to give you that legal advice. So they felt it was prudent to take this off for the time being, and, I think we've had mixed feelings about that amongst ourselves as well, but again, that was a process in which the attorney Mayor, but maybe we gotta rethink about this for a second. So that's why you hire an attorney too. So
Okay, thank
I
you.
think your attorney does have some value in providing guidance on things getting put on the agenda.
Trustee Katzos?
I think it's really important that people who attend our meetings and need to have, an opportunity to visit with the town manager or visit with the trustees within reason about their concerns. It's important to me that those requests are met. So I'm not sure how we proceed with the Ludwigs, but I think that you can meet with them. And maybe that's something that our attorney needs to weigh in on, and then we could be informed about it. So it's important to me that there's follow through on that. And then even with Miss Stewart, I think she's got questions, and if you can answer those for her and clarify, so she can walk away feeling confident that we're trying to do things the right way, that's important to me. So that's all I have at this time.
Trustee McLaurin?
I would surely like to see things, and I don't know, this is my first experience with any kind of government organization, but it sure does seem to take a long time to address anything. I mean, the Port Ludwigs have been telling us about this problem for well over a year, so it just, over 2 years, as long as I've been on the board. So, what can we do to speed these things up? I don't know. Because I don't know what to do with it, but I sure wish we could find a quicker way to deal with things. The other thing I want to do is make sure to invite all the board members and everybody else that happens to be here. They're having a Thanksgiving dinner at the old middle school. Pine River Shares is putting that on.
And
They're also having one at the
And the
seniors.
Rotary.
And the Rotary, but several people are involved. Several people involved, but the Rotary does the turkeys. But
And
it
the
should,
sides.
and the sides, so it should be fun. We usually have 4-H'ers and all kinds of people helping.
We have like 3 organizations that are helping.
There's several organizations, yeah, but it's where Pine River Shares usually does their food distribution, and it should be a really good time, and I hope we get a lot of people to come. So please spread the word, and of course it's free. And we'd like to see everybody there.
And we actually got more turkeys this year and more sides because we were thinking that there's probably a lot of people out there that need a Thanksgiving.
People need it,
but
people need it,
because
yeah.
of the government shutdown and the SNAP issues and stuff like that. So we did add more food to it, so.
It
If
should
you're
be a
in
lot of
need or
fun.
you know somebody in need, please let them know.
And if you want to bring something, you can bring something too, right?
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
drop offs at noon.
Dropped off at noon. Yeah, no,
And the
it
event
should be
starts
fun.
at 2 p.m.
2 p.m., that's right.
2 to
Should do.
4.
2 to 4. Should be a lot of fun.
Trustee Moreland?
So I was gonna talk about that, but you got it. So I did go to the Regional Housing Alliance meeting. It was actually took place after the Rock Creek did their ribbon cutting on their second phase of their affordable housing project. So I actually got to go into the housing project that they had there. It was pretty neat. Got to meet I didn't meet them. I know the people, two of the homeowners from the first
Like phase?
phase, yes, thank you, were there and talked about their situation and how important it was to them, and it just kind of confirmed my feelings towards and advocating towards affordable housing in our area and how important it is just to see the reactions of those people and stuff. But afterwards, we went and did our Regional Housing Alliance Board. They are intending to go quarterly meetings sometime next year. I'm not sure exactly when that starts. We have a RFP out for a director, and we're more looking for a consultant than a director position, but a consultant that does the directing. And then we also went over the housing needs assessment because we had actually finished the housing needs assessment. And then the state added a new requirement for it, so we had to go back and redo it. And that's actually they're just finishing up that last little bit for the housing needs assessment. And once I have the final, I can forward it to everybody and let them know that's what it is. But it was pretty interesting because It goes over a time frame of till about 2028, and it talks about the needs of, and I'm just gonna talk about our community, not La Plata County in general, that we needed 99 affordable housing units to keep up with the growth. And then we needed, I wanna say it was 36 rental units to keep up with the growth in our area. And that's not including anybody that comes from outside of the area in, that's just talking about natural progression of like people growing, you know, older, their kids are older and they need housing and, you know, kind of to keep the people in the neighborhood. It was really interesting to see the statistics for our area, but it also let me know that we were kind of on par because we do have 67 units going in at Pine River Commons, and then another 30 units going in for Cinnamon Heights, which is 97 units, which is right close to that 3-year time frame, but we're ahead of the game in comparison, especially to the rest of La Plata County, which I thought was really cool that we're on it. We're trying to meet the needs of our community. And I have not met with the Alliance. That'll be next week, or this week.
Trustee Nyberg?
Next Southwest TPR meeting's December 11th. Nothing more.
Trustee Cesaro?
The Upper Pine Board meeting is this Thursday, so I don't have anything there. I know the Chamber of Commerce, I think they're still waiting to see what we might be able to do with them, unless I missed that discussion, if that was at our last October meeting. So I know we were working on if we could take the funding they have left over and do some sort of like give it to the business community. Are you guys remembering this conversation?
Yes.
Okay, good, because I just saw some emails going on around that, so we might want to look at what it is we can do. I think we needed a process or procedure, and I know we're just doing that with the funding from the other folks, so.
That resolution that was approved last meeting
Okay.
was how we're going to handle grants, and it wasn't just for Morvan. It was actually started
I
from the
thought. Okay, good,
conversation
good,
from
good.
the chamber,
Okay.
and made it real broad so it would cover different types of organizations and gives the town power to veto them as
Have
well.
you circled back with them on that?
I have not.
Okay, maybe if you would like some assistance, let me know as your
Okay.
liaison to the chamber.
Okay.
Cool. I've also been in my day job following the flooding and the recovery from the flooding. So I must say there's been a lot of really great coordination with La Plata County and with a lot of different state entities, including DOLA, who our town manager said he met with today maybe, and CDPHE. And I know it's dual hatting a little bit, but we were having conversations about downstream users, which is the town of Bayfield. And I know my counterparts in the Water Quality Control Division, Acute Water, have been working with Jeremy because we're trying to figure out what happens with all the debris that's in the reservoir. They need to remove it, but they might need to be shutting down how the water is coming. That might be a pause in water availability while that's happening. And so we're making sure that the customers downstream, because it's not just us, it's also the tribe, it's also, I think, maybe even the Forest Lakes Metro District, what happens. So I know there's a lot of pre-planning, so I don't know if anything might be coming our way with water, because I don't know what our plan is if, I know we have lots of water storage, and that's where I was kind of asking Jeremy a little bit. I know he's on top of it, so I'm not gonna worry, but I'm waiting to see what happens if they do need to shut off water. What exactly does that mean? And what happens what's the backup plan if something with that goes wrong for providing clean drinking water? Because I've also seen a lot of boil of water advisories in my day job, and I would hate for the town of Bayfield to be on one of those because of what's going on. Not that I'm saying it will, but I think it'd be good to kind of just have that forefront of mind. That's part of what just happened in October. So what happens to us? What could happen? I think we need to be planning. Emergency preparedness liaison is thinking about what should we be planning for in case we have a water shutoff that has nothing to do with, we have no control over.
So Lori, I have a question. Are they able to test the contaminants in the lake right now? Or is the body of water too big?
No, well, typically that water is not tested because the recommendation from public health is don't drink the reservoir water, don't drink raw water, because there's all kinds of things that could be in there in
Right.
addition to aftermath from the flooding.
Well, and I'm not referring to like, but if it's coming downstream and they know that this flooded septic tanks and all kinds of stuff, you know, are they able to determine what the quality of the water is in the lake prior to it coming to us?
No one has that regulatory authority to do that.
Okay.
So it falls to our public drinking water systems have trained operators, and they are always testing the raw water and doing what they do to make sure that we have safe drinking water. So irregardless of what might be in the reservoir or that the bear pooped in the stream, I mean, seriously, the moose could poop in the water and then it goes straight into the treatment plant.
Right.
Yes, we probably had more, but also more water means more dilution.
Right.
Sorry, I'm like, is this like, I'm on YouTube. Hello, everyone. I'm saying weird things, but yeah, to get back on track, no, it has not been tested to my knowledge by the county, by PRID, by the Bureau of Reclamation, by those who have more rights to that water.
Got it.
But we test it so that our citizens, we do what we need to do to make sure that our people have clean drinking water. So I'm not concerned personally about what's in the water, because I know that Public Works makes sure when I turn on my faucet, it doesn't matter what went in any of there, I'm still drinking clean water. But what happens when there's no water? That's what I'm like,
Got it.
maybe a little preparedness or planning, what's the just in case? How many days can we go? How do we communicate that to the public?
And I know that is in our plan, if you look in our drought plan, there is this is how much time we have, this is the storage that we have. And if you have recommendations for additional storage somewhere down the road, the plan is designed according to the requirements of the Federal Safe Drinking Water Act. So it is designed to take any of that out of the water, as well as a number of other contaminants. So cryptosporidium, and just, there are a lot of different things that are naturally in the water that you don't want to drink, that don't have anything to do with something's intestines. You know, you don't drink, which is why you don't drink in a lot of lakes and so forth, even though it seems like really clean mountain water, sometimes it's not. You will definitely have stomach issues if you do some of that. So it's always, you know, the plan is designed to do that. The operators are designed to follow, you know, their certifications, test them on a regular basis to follow the requirements of the Safe Drinking Water Act. And that's that expensive treatment that you pay for to have your water treated to the level that it's safe. And at the same token, we also have to do a similar thing to the wastewater as it leaves. We have to clean out all the stuff that we've put in it, so it's clean to put in the water, so our downstream users aren't contaminated. That's why that is so expensive. And, you know, a lot of folks, I've always encouraged the governing body to, if you're interested, to take a tour of the water plant and the wastewater plant. I used to love giving tours to the council members, because, you know, quite frankly, a lot of folks don't ever think of what happens. You press that lever on your toilet, you think, you know, a magic sewer fairy could be waving the wand and taking care of it, it's gone, and you don't have to worry about it. But it does go through quite a scientific process to clean it, and, you know, you guys are paying for that. And so if you're interested in a tour of either of the plants, I'd be happy to set one up. And I know Jeremy and the folks out at either plant would be happy to show you around as to what some of the things you've been paying for are doing. But it's fascinating to look at. I mean, I love working in that environment, because you know, definitely taking wastewater and seeing it come into the plant and watching it go out the plant and knowing how clean that you make it, you know, it's in many cases it's cleaner than the water that's in the stream, and you pay for it. But you know, it's kind of cool to see, you know, hey, we're doing something high tech here. So anybody's interested, let me know, and I'll set you up with a tour with Jeremy and the guys and Ron to go out to the water plant. They're very knowledgeable. I will tell you, I used to inspect wastewater plants and water plants, and about the happiest day I had was walking into the water plant and seeing that I could probably eat off the floor. Ron keeps that place immaculate, and that's the sign of somebody that you want to have running your water plant. So I can tell you I've been in other plants in other places in the United States where it's not been like that, but he has a very fantastic, very clean operation. And again, it's a good staff you've chosen, and I think they do a good job from what I've seen so far. And I'm now the permit holder for both of the permits, so I have to sign those things saying that, you know, I agree with what they put in there. And I'm happy to say that, you know, the group that you've got running it now are, you know, they're on the ball. So good from the state too. A lot of good kudos from the state to those guys as well.
You just burst my bubble on the ferry.
Then you don't want me to tell you about Santa Claus.
I know, shush!
If Jeremy was here, I'd make a comment about that, but. Board of Trustees meeting and the budget public hearing are December 2nd. Planning Commission has 2 meetings next month, the 3rd and the 9th. And the town offices will be closed for Thanksgiving on the 27th and the 28th. And with that, I wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Meeting adjourned, and it's 8, I don't know, we'll call it 8:50.
Close enough.
Oh, yeah.
See you Friday.